Hey guys, it's Lauren from the Express Lane, and today we're talking all about New Year's resolutions. Now, if one of your New Year's resolutions is to get a new job, a job that you love, start a career that you are so excited about, then now is really the time to set your job search goals. And you might be thinking, well, I have my goal set. My goal is to get a new job, a job that I love. But that is one big goal, and is setting one big goal really enough? According to Forbes, studies have shown that less than 25% of people actually stay committed to their resolutions after just 30 days, and only 8% accomplish them. So if setting one big resolution, one big goal isn't the answer, then what can you do instead? Well, the answer is micro goals. So the best way to think about a micro goal is that if you are taking a road trip, so you have decided that you are going to drive across the country, you're probably not gonna do the whole thing in one trip. You, at bare minimum, have to stop for gas because you're gonna run out of gas, but you also probably wanna stop to get some food. Maybe get a quick nap or actually find some sleep somewhere overnight. You also probably wanna stop to go to the restroom. So you really need to plan out your trip, and you need to break these down into individual points. Create sort of a roadmap. A micro goal roadmap. So what do micro goals mean in terms of your job search? Well, how much time do you have? No, like seriously, how much time do you have? That's the first thing. We want to spend some time looking at your schedule and figuring out how much time you realistically have in a day, in a week, to devote to your job search. Do you have 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening during your weekdays? Or is it better for you to just plan a 2-hour block on Saturday mornings? Whatever it happens to be realistic about what you can actually accomplish in terms of job searching without being to the point where you are too stressed with your current full-time job, as well as trying to balance searching for a job. Because there is a saying that says that searching for a job is a full-time job. Yeah, they're not lying about that. So once you figure out how much time you actually have available in the week for your job search, you want to really focus on the question, what do you want from your dream job? And I put the emphasis on you because it's your job and only you know what your dream job wants are. So I would start with honestly coming from the personal side. What are the personal things that you want out of a new job? Do you want a pay raise? Do you want more time off? Do you want specific hours or specific shifts so you can get your kids to the bus in the morning and pick them up in the afternoon? Are there career development opportunities that you want made available to you? Or do you want the option to be able to work remotely if it's a really snowy day outside and you can't quite make it into work? Think about what you want personally out of this job. And I know, those all sound great. We just want all of those things. But when it comes to your job search, I would say be realistic and prioritize the top 1 or top 2 from that list or from your own list that are really the most important things to you when it comes to your new job. And additionally to that point, I would challenge you to think about your current job, your day-to-day, because obviously something's up with your current job if you want to leave and find something else. So when you realistically look at your current job, what are the things that you love about your current job? The tasks that make you excited, the tasks that you always prioritize, the tasks that get you excited to get out of bed in the morning and go to work, and what are the tasks that you'd be totally fine leaving behind? The things that you hate doing, the things that you put off doing. And don't just limit it to this current job that you're at. Think about previous jobs that you've had too. What were the aspects that you loved about those jobs, and what were the things that you're just over it? So having that list of those items too will also help you when you are ready to take your next steps in your job search. And along the same lines of that, we want to talk about your skills, because of course girls only like guys with good skills, right? So what we want to talk about is setting up your skill set and really taking a look at what are the skills that you have to offer. So grab a pen and some paper, grab your laptop, whatever it is, and start an actual list of all of the different skills that you have that you've developed over the years. Did you recently become a manager over the last year, so now you have these managerial skills to add to your resume? Or did you just get your forklift certification? Or even think back to college. Were there pieces of software that you learned how to use in college that you maybe haven't quite been able to actually use on the job yet? Those are all things that you want to include in your list. And once you have this list, you then want to cross-reference that list with your actual resume. So are all of these skills listed on your resume, or what are the skills that you want to specifically highlight on your resume? And additionally, are these skills listed at the very top of your resume, where it's easy for an HR generalist or a recruiter to spot them right away so they know what skill sets you have to offer when you're applying for this position. Finally, are there any gaps? Are there any gaps in your skill set that you want to fill? Do you maybe need to take a typing test to figure out just exactly how many words per minute you type? Or is there a community ed class or an online class out there that you could sign up for that will help you brush up on a skill or help you learn a new piece of software that keeps popping up in these job descriptions that you're seeing? Expanding your skill set can only help your career, so it's always something to be thinking about. And if you do sign up for a class where you earn a certification, make sure that you are then adding that certification onto your resume so that an HR recruiter can see that right away. Now that you have a clear vision of what you want for your job search, you are ready to take to the job search boards. And the reason why we wanted to do those steps first is because job search boards are overwhelming. Seriously, there is Indeed, there's ZipRecruiter, there's Facebook Jobs, there are so many other job boards out there that I haven't even mentioned. There are job search boards out there that I don't even know about, and it can get very overwhelming very quickly because we start reading all these job posts and we think, well, I could do that, or, you know, that sounds kind of interesting, or maybe this fits with my current skill set. But it's not just about, okay, my skills in my current job will translate into this new job. It's about finding what you want, making sure that it has the schedule you want, making sure that it includes the tasks that you want, making sure that there is the opportunity for career development. So it's important to look into all of those different aspects in each of the job postings that you're looking at so that you're applying for the best possible jobs for your long-term career goals versus just something that, hey, yeah, I could do that now. It's a new job. Let's just apply. Because maybe you'll find some job posts at a company that you've been looking to get into for a long time. Or maybe you'll see this brand new job that you've never heard of before, but when you're reading through the qualifications, you're like, I have all of those qualifications. That's absolutely something I could do. So just getting an idea of what's out there on these job boards will again help you identify if there are any skills that you need to be building to get those dream jobs that you want, or to help you figure out what kind of new opportunities are out there that you might not have even considered before. The next step is going to be networking. Now, networking is that dreaded word that I swear most people hate. It's definitely a word that makes me uncomfortable sometimes, for sure, because a lot of people think about networking, they think of it as all this small talk with these other business professionals, and I have to sell myself and my skills to get this new job that I want, and it's just kind of uncomfortable, right? And that's not the kind of networking I'm talking about today. The networking that I'm talking about is reaching out to the people that you actually know, people that care about you and want you to succeed. I'm talking about reaching out to teachers or professors that you've stayed in touch with even after graduating. I'm talking about colleagues from previous jobs that you still get together with every once in a while. Even reaching out to your aunt and uncle who you see every Christmas. Let these people know, hey, my resolution for this year is to find a new job, because they might know of an upcoming job opening that's going to be happening at their company, or they might know somebody else at another company that you're very interested in getting in with. So making these connections and just building upon the connections that you already have right now will help you get to know people at the companies or that are working similar positions that you're interested in. In fact, according to an infographic from Mike Stafey, CEO at Aaron, he says that 82% of employers rated employee referrals above all other sources for generating the best ROI. And in fact, he said that referrals are 4 times more likely to be hired. Now, if you ask me, those statistics speak for themselves, because there really is truth to the saying that's not always about what you know, it's about who you know. And being able to, if a company already has a great employee that they love and they trust, and that person is able to refer somebody else that they know, that company is immediately going to push that person's resume to the top of the pile versus somebody who doesn't know that person and doesn't have that connection, because employers say, wow, we love this person, we'll probably love their friends or their family members because their work is so out of sight. So really making sure that you are keeping that in mind, because it is the reality of the job search is it's about who you know. And I can speak personally that I've gotten a number of positions that I've had. Actually, I would argue most of the positions I've had since I graduated college have been because I knew someone. And I really don't want you to disregard that information. You can absolutely still land a great job by applying through online job boards, and I would never tell you not to do that. But I would say it's important to make those connections as well. And to that point, I would also say, consider teaming up with a staffing agency. A staffing agency is not just for temp work. They're also for professional recruiters that help hire HR managers or help hire vice presidents of companies. There are individuals that work at these different staffing agencies that are called recruiters or employment specialists who actually specialize in employment. It's their whole job to find other people jobs. And one of the really great things about that is there is a staffing agency in just about every town, or at least every couple of towns that would be nearby, that they have a pulse on what's going on in the industry, especially in the local area. And it's their job to build relationships with HR managers and other recruiters. And so a lot of times these employment specialists, they know about new jobs that are coming in at companies before they're even posted online, before they even hit the job boards. The other really great thing about working with a staffing agency is that most staffing agencies are 100% free to work with. So why wouldn't you want a professional recruiter looking for a job for you while you're also out there looking for a job yourself? So they are able to, again, help you with those connections as well, because they know people that can help you get your foot in the door at a company, again, that you're really excited about. Or they have the connections for you to try out a new job that you're considering, maybe for a short-term period, to just make sure that it's something you really like before you decide to apply for something permanent. The other thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to put together a calendar for you. This is just an example calendar of someone who would have only 45 minutes per day, just Monday through Friday, just the regular work week, to actually fill out their job search material. So for this example, we talk about everything from updating your resume to, signing up for different online jobs, things like that. But one of the other things that we talk about too is just tailoring your materials. So you'll see that on the days when you're applying for a position, you are only actually filling out one application for that 45-minute amount of time. And the reason why is that you want to make sure that your application, your cover letter, and your resume are tailored for that position. And as long as you are sticking to only applying to jobs that have the specific wants that you listed, as well as meet the skills that you have listed, as long as you're only applying for those specific jobs, then you won't be applying to as many jobs. You'll just be applying to the right jobs, and you'll be submitting the right application materials for those jobs. It really is a quality over quantity. It's definitely better to be applying for jobs that you're really passionate about, as opposed to applying to a bunch of jobs, including some of them that you're just like, oh yeah, well, maybe that'd be an okay job, or I guess, that's something that I think I could do. No, you want to be applying to the jobs that you're really excited about and taking the time to tailor those materials for those jobs. So for this calendar that we have listed here, we would love it if you took a screenshot of it, or even if you decide to make your own calendar and use it as a jumping off point to create some of your daily and weekly activities to help you best go forward with your job search. And as a bonus tip, we also want to encourage you to visualize your job search goal. And what I mean by that is very simple. Write it down. Write it down on a sheet of paper that you put in your wallet. Write it down in the Notes app on your phone. Write it down on a sticky note that lives on your bedside table. Whatever it happens to be, even if you want to go full on job search vision board with magazine cutouts and mantras and inspiring words, whatever it happens to be, have something physical that you can look at every single day that reminds you about your job search goals, because keeping these goals at the forefront of your mind every single day is going to better hold you accountable to make sure that these daily tasks, these weekly tasks actually happen. And if you have a day where you have to stay late at work and something happens and you just don't get to your job search tasks that day, get up early the next morning and take care of it. Stay up late the next night and take care of it. Block off an extra hour on the weekends to make sure it gets done. Whatever it happens to be, just make sure that you are staying on task each week so that you can best make those job search goals a reality. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are so happy to have you here, and we would love to hear what your job search goal is and what your micro goals are, at least one of them down in the comments below that you are setting for this upcoming year. We are so excited for you and that you are taking this next step to find a career that you know and love. And if you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed our tangible steps to take to actually complete these goals, we would love it if you subscribed to our channel, as well as if you hit that notification bell to make sure that you are notified of our upcoming videos, because here at Express, we can't wait to get your career in the Express lane.